Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a video review here of what I thought about Avengers Infinity War. If you have not watched the movie, you're going to want to turn this video off now because there will be a bunch of spoilers. So let's go. Let's start off with the opening sequence. Wow, like couldn't even get 5 minutes of just seeing like maybe the Avengers reunite and be like, hey boo, it's been a long time. Hey you, what's going on? I missed you. What's happening over the last 2 years? No, couldn't get that. What we got was intensity personified. I actually was really shocked by the twist with Loki because I know trailers are always cut differently than how things actually go down in the movie, but I really did expect Loki to be trying to redo his like alignment with Thanos. I did not expect him to still be trying to work with Thor and trying to take out Thanos. Like I thought he would be on Thanos's team. And so that was a shock to see him, you know, trying to take out Thanos. And then, of course, he died. And that was very sad. And I'm pretty sure he's gone. Like, I don't think he's going to come back in the second movie. Also, Heimdall's death was very sad, too. I liked his character. I like his, you know, his position in the Norse mythology stories. Anyway. And also what we saw was the Hulk get handled. I'm talking like handled. Like, it's not many things that can handle the Hulk. Like, even Thor struggles, and he had the freaking hammer of Mjolnir. And he was, like, he can handle Hulk's punches and stuff like that and still be okay. But, like, not very many other things can handle the Hulk. So, to watch Thanos just, like, take him out like that was, woo, I mean, boy was knocked out. Like, knockout. Like, boxing knockout. Then, from there, it just, you know, it just kind of, just the intensity just kept going with the film. Like I felt like there was no break. From there, we hopped to Earth where Tony and Spider-Man line with Doctor Strange and the Hulk. And they struggle fighting the Black Order, and the Black Order ends up even getting Doctor Strange. So I made some notes here, so I want to be rambling because I do tend to ramble a lot. It was sad, you know, a little bit to still see that Tony and Steve had not talked in about 2 years, but to be expected at the end of Civil War where they had left off. I actually kind of liked the fact that they kept that because I think that was a good timing to bring in Infinity Wars when the Avengers were all broken up. And so Hulk finding out about that was kind of sad because he obviously has been gone for 2 years on that planet with the Grand Master, so he has no idea that the Avengers are broken up like that. What's going on with Vision Scarlet? So, I mean, comic book wise, we all know they have this relationship, but I'm just like, what really has been going on for the last 2 years? It looks like they're also in hiding too, which is weird because, well, I can understand why Scarlet Witch is because she got jailed at the end of Civil War and Cap broke him out illegally, but Vision was on the good side. Well, good or bad, depends on how you looked at it, but he was on the side that was not arrested. It was not held criminal, but obviously he's in love with Scarlet, so he must just be running off with her, or there was something about him trying to get her to stay with him. She had to go check in. He had to go somewhere. I don't really know what's going on with that storyline. To be honest, I don't really care. They're probably my least cared about characters in this whole thing. I do hate that they downplay their power though. Like Scarlet Witch is so intense. Like I don't like how they show her power in any of the movies that she's been in. Like that chick should be able to, she should have been able to destroy those Black Order people just like with like whoom, and like toss them away sometimes and still save Vision. Like I just feel like they just make her a little too weak, and I'm like, this girl can freaking use telekinesis and mind stuff, and this chick is like struggling. However, her struggling does lead to the entrance of one of my favorite characters, Captain America. And I don't know about you, but my theater cheered when he showed up and his team, Falcon and Black Widow. I did love that. Also interesting because it looks like at the end of Civil War, Black Widow, she was on Tony's side, but she let Cap go with Bucky to go, where did they go at the end of Civil War? Oh, they went to go see if they could kill those other soldiers that were going to be like Bucky. And she let them go. And so it seems like she got in trouble for that. Otherwise, I can't figure out why she was running around with Cap and Falcon. Like, they are obviously in hiding because her hair is blonde. And that's clearly a reason because she can't go around with her red known hair and be like, oh, I'm in hiding, but I'm going to just be blonde now. So I guess she decided to go off with them instead of stay and try to fight her case on the Avengers side. I do like how they show up with Vision at the Avengers headquarters, And Cap is definitely a thug to Secretary Ross. That's freaking awesome. I hate Secretary Ross. Even like, I didn't really agree with the Accords in the Civil War movie. I just did not like the end of how Captain America and Iron Man, you know, had their little disagreement over Bucky. Because I was totally on Tony's side. Because let me find out you killed my parents. I don't care what you were under. Okay. So, anyway, them going to Wakanda to try to save Vision was pretty cool. Gave more precedence to Shuri and her intelligence and the technology of Wakanda. So everybody's still in love with the Black Panther film. So that was cool to see more Wakanda stuff. They could have had a lot more in there, but I understand that this movie needed to have balance because it had a lot going on and a lot of characters. Spider-Man's new suit was pretty epic. I liked that it was all techie and it had sprouted legs. Even though I don't like spiders, I don't like spider legs. It was pretty cool and it came in handy when it was needed. One of my favorite scenes in the movie was the Guardians and Thor. Like, this movie is pretty dark and there's some deaths. It was pretty intense, so it was good to have some comic relief in the film, whether it was Spider-Man talking about pop culture references. You know, there's a scene later where he's like, "Don't lay your eggs at me," and that was pretty funny. Or with the Guardians, because they're always pretty comedic, and so that was great when they first meet Thor and they're all like, you know, falling over themselves about Thor, and then Star-Lord's just like, what the hell's going on? I'm a man too, you know. So that whole scene was pretty funny. I do like how they split up the Guardians. I thought that was neat. That pretty much looks like they filmed 4 different movies. So you had Thor, Rocket, and Teenage Groot on one path. You had Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, and Gamora on another path. And their path was to go rescue the Reality Stone. You had Captain America and his crew on Wakanda with Black Panther. And then you had Tony, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange and them headed to Titan. So, I mean, it did not feel overwhelmed with all these characters because I'm really glad they didn't have, like, all of these guys together in every scene, like, the whole movie, because that might have been too much. But the way they broke it up into, like, almost 4 different movies, you know, in parallel, that was a really good balance of all the characters. It did not allow for any one character really to have a featured arc in the story, but I do like how they played it out. So I can always go for more Captain America. Hey! Speaking of which, Captain America looks epic in this movie. That beard and the long hair should have always been his look. I'm just saying, if you agree, thumbs up. Okay, so anyway, what else do I have? So I had to take notes, y'all, because, like I said, I'm rambling. So Nowhere, pretty cool. That was the first time we got to see the Reality Stone used that way. Like, we saw the Reality Stone used in Thor Dark World, but it was used more as ether. So to see it used the way Thanos used it was pretty awesome. Like, I'm assuming this means the Collector is dead, because when he shows the true Nowhere, it's like all in flames, and I highly doubt he let the Collector live. Maybe he did. I don't know what... I mean, I know the Collector and Grandmaster, they play a bigger role in the comics. I don't know if there's something with them. Maybe the Collector's still alive. But I highly doubt he would have lit the place on fire if the Collector just easily handed over the Reality Stone. So it looks like there must have been some fight or something for it. But that was just pretty neat how he used that, because we haven't seen the Reality Stone used like that before. And I was like, oh, dang, like Gamora gonna go ahead and kill him like that? Movie over? What time is it? You know, what is going on?